let's go over some tips and tricks on how you can beat the Tiger Vanguard in Black Myth Wukong. Now this time around, we're going to be fighting a large tiger that likes to jump around and kick with his hands and feet. And on his back, you should be able to see that sword sticking out. He'll use that in many of his combos. And now that we're talking about his combos, he has a large variation of what he likes to do. Aside from him kicking and punching you, he may retreat back, charge at you, and then do a jump smash attack. Do your best to dodge because it'll do a ton of damage, but it'll also leave him open for you to do some attacks. Whenever he does this, you can get some hits in. Just look out because he may do a spin kick and then follow it up with some sword slashes. He's gonna bring that sword out quite a few times during this fight. Whenever he starts jumping around, just know that he's preparing for an attack. Watch out for those flips because they can do damage. And if you're listening, he'll even give you a verbal cue of what's coming. Dodge his attacks and watch out for his rock solid move. When he does this, you cannot do any damage to him and it'll actually stun you if you hit him. Wait for him to come out of that form and then get a few quick hits in. Like I mentioned before, he's gonna start using that sword more and more. And it's not just gonna be slashes that he attacks with. He'll even throw blood tornadoes at you that you'll have to dodge. And that's not all. He also has a wind slash ability that throws blades across the map. This is a good time to back up and heal because he'll take a break for a few seconds. Now if you're close enough, you can try to jump in and do some damage, but just beware that he will get out of that stance pretty fast and then try to do some damage to you. Remember to cast Immobilize to get some extra damage in. Make sure you keep on attacking and watch out for his second rock solid ability because this one's a little bit different. He'll leave a clone behind and then he'll disappear himself and then jump back in and attack you. Watch out for this because it's really easy to forget that he has two types of rock solid. Now most of his attacks have a slight delay before they hit. Try to plan your dodges perfectly and watch out for when he does a sweep attack when he jumps away. And watch out for those verbal cues because they'll let you know when he's coming. As you chip away at his health, he may become more frantic and start jumping around more and more. Watch out for his kicks, watch out for those jump smashes, and if he jumps to the side, make him pay for it. Whenever he does those jump attacks, that's your opportunity to get some damage in. Once you get his health below half, then you can start putting on the pressure. Go ahead and transform into Jugzone and start doing damage. If you have any other spells, cast those as well. Don't let him take a break and stay on top of him. As you pull off consecutive hits, you may stun him for a second. This is a good time to start another combo, but just watch out again if he does that rock solid because that'll stop all of your momentum. Now the build that I used was mainly stamina and mana. I put points into Spiritual Awakening, Wrathful Might, Deep Breath, and Surging Momentum. Now you can play around with the sparks however you want. For this fight there was a lot of dodging, so stamina works really well. You can upgrade Immobilize, but for this fight, you may not find yourself using it too much because this is one of the slower bosses and you might find it more useful to put those points into something like crit or damage. And as a bonus, you can always use the Wandering Wight as your spirit because he does a ton of damage. Take your time, find your openings, and knock this boss out. Let me know down in the comments, what skill have you invested the most sparks into so far? I hope you enjoyed this one and learned something new. I'll catch you in the next one.